Perhaps the most prevalent primates in research are the rhesus monkeys, or rhesus macaques. They have been well studied but poorly publicized, and thus made an excellent candidate for a video, so here goes. Rhesus monkeys are found in continental Asia, especially Southeast Asia. They're robust monkeys, with the largest males weighing about 25 pounds. They have long tails and strong limbs. They are chiefly herbivores, but due to their occasionally insect foraging, and the fact that they eat an incredible variety of plant life depending on where they are found, they are sometimes listed as omnivores by various web sources. Now let's get a bit more in-depth on these fellows. Rhesus monkeys are unremarkable to look at. They can easily be identified by their pink faces. Like many old world monkeys, rhesus monkeys have large pouches in their cheeks that help them hide food from rival monkeys. Like all macaques, rhesus monkeys are quadrupeds both on the ground and in the trees. Though macaques occasionally make use of leaping, they do so from horizontal substrates as opposed to vertical ones, much like their relatives the mangabeys. Rhesus monkeys are unusual among primates in that they do not prefer trees or the ground in particular. This is also the case with many other macaques. Relative to other macaques, rhesus monkeys form a solid middle ground. They have long tails and relatively wide chests, much like the more arboreal macaques. However, they have short clavicles, like the more terrestrial macaques. The arms are about 90% the length of their legs, a typical trait of most types of macaque, and the molars are bilophodont, or four-cusped, just like all Old World monkeys. Both sexes have enormous canine teeth that make for dangerous weapons. Macaques in general have another trait that is highly unusual among monkeys. It concerns the muscles of the forearm, specifically the flexor digitorum profundus muscle, which flexes all the joints of the fingers. In most monkeys, this muscle attaches both to the upper arm and the lower arm. However, in macaques, this muscle usually attaches only to the lower arm, a trait otherwise seen only in great apes. This enables the monkey to maximize its manual dexterity, irrespective of whether its hand is pronated or supinated. Female macaques, including female rhesus monkeys, are unusual among animals in that there is documented menopause before death. Aside from macaques, this trait has only been recorded in chimpanzees, humans, and some species of whale. The brain of the rhesus monkey has been well researched. In shape, it resembles a human or ape brain, but is slightly longer and lower, and has shallower sulci. I was able to find a model of their entire brain and compare it to a human one. Relative to a hypothetical monkey-sized human cerebrum, the rhesus monkey's cerebrum would have smaller regions devoted to executive functioning, memory, and hearing, as well as a slightly different layout of the motor cortex. The general trend in mammalian brains as they grow larger is a relatively greater neocortical volume, reduced neuron density in that cortex, and expansion in individual cell size. This correlation is weaker in primates, except when large changes in total body size are accounted for. As expected of a small primate, there is relatively less neocortex in a rhesus monkey than a larger primate like a human, and the cortical neurons are denser. Like all primate brains, absolute neuron count is staggering compared to volume. A 20-pound rhesus monkey has more neurons than a 400-pound lion. Regarding behavior, rhesus monkeys are very social animals and can live in groups of up to 200. There is a hierarchy, but there are no permanent mates. Any rhesus monkey is in theory free to mate with any other rhesus monkey. Babies are often taken care of by aunts as well as mothers. Female rhesus monkeys do not leave their birth family, while the males will usually leave their birth troop and move to find another one. Even though the males are larger and stronger, females tend to have higher status. This is because a female rhesus monkey inherits her mother's social status, whereas males must start from the bottom since they leave their birth troop. Rhesus monkeys tend to be very violent towards their own species. This is particularly the case between females. They are also the only non-human primate in which females have been observed to sexually harass males. So yeah, that's a thing. A rhesus monkey can keep track of every monkey they know and has very advanced cognitive abilities, arguably the strongest of any primate except for the great apes. They are the only monkey to date that has passed the famous mirror test, where an animal is presented with a mirror and tested to see if it can recognize that the picture it sees is of itself. The rhesus monkey is not an endangered species. However, it is a very unfortunate one. This is because rhesus monkeys are some of the most popular guinea pigs for studies. They have been injected with polioviruses, cloned using experimental technology, and even sent to outer space, not necessarily in that order. While I wouldn't say this is evil, since it does help humans making such studies, it still doesn't sit right with me that they have to die for these studies, especially as someone who plans to conduct research in the future. I'm sure it doesn't sit right with you either, viewer. Already in the United States, it is common for chimpanzees used in medical research to be relegated to retirement homes. You can support these sorts of initiatives for all primates by finding a local facility or primate rescue center and donating to them.